but I want to know why. Imagine being able to walk up to the people that we've been talking about all this time and find out why they believe what they do. Think about the things we disagree with from people on the left.
I don't think that Gary believes half the shit he preaches anymore.
No, exactly. As a matter of fact, we kind of ripped on the fellowship and all of that, and they didn't know a lot of the history of things. So there are probably several clips of me in there explaining things about, not about what those guys think, about what we all thought while we were supporting them and how we became, disillusioned with them and separated from, because they didn't get, how is it that on the right, there's this Comicsgate group that kind of revolves around Ethan, and there's this fellowship group that revolves around Gary. On paper, those two groups should be
group. Yes.
They should be together, but they are at war worse than left versus right. They hate each other more than they hate the people on the other side of the political aisle. And they don't get that. They say, those guys should be together, And but we're not. And so I kind of walked through how people like you and me and others that came over to the EVS side and really kind of dunk on Gary now, why we do that, and what we found wrong with Gary and Az and
I'll give my just own personal opinion. I'll say this. This isn't an endorsement. This is just an observation as I see it. I think when you look at Ethan and say the Comicsgate purists, the people he refers to as the kings, those people, I still think more so than not are focused on the art, right? They're focused on the product that they're putting out. I know they hate that term, calling it product. Let's put it this way: the art that they're putting out, and that really means something to them. Whereas on the other side, if you got them behind the closed doors, or maybe they just tell you it's about the money, it's about chasing the algorithm, it's about growing a brand, and for whatever reason, that gap between the artist and the capitalist, let's call it that, who are just using their beloved space in order to just make money at any cost, at whatever, is more offensive to them than, like you just said, right versus left, whether it's like geopolitical issues, social issues. The people who are taking their beloved space, their beloved hobby or profession, and then just using it strictly as a monetization tool. Ethics be damned, views be damned. I'm just trying to feed an algorithm for hits, likes, super chats, merch. But that would be interesting. Why do you guys have such a big rift for that particular reason? Because like you said, you would think all things being equal, they would all be sitting together singing Kumbaya and helping enrich each other. And maybe coming to some common ground on like, well, you guys are like really hardcore, just all about making the money. We're still trying to protect the art. Help us understand, and maybe we can work together to, blend both of them into the best of our abilities, and everybody wins. But for whatever reason, they're not going to do that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
Well, some people think that Chris, that these guys are all talking behind closed doors, and they're driving everybody's revenue up by doing this.
Well, I think Eric July would be patient zero to say that's not an effective strategy if that is in fact the case.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that that's some people's thought process on it. I don't think that. First of all, I don't think that Ethan really tolerates fools. We can see that with his decision to finally tell Matt Barr to go fuck himself. Like, I've given you enough chances, dude. I'm done talking to you about this stuff. So I think that's a thing. And Eric July's got such a big ego that why would he even, think that him participating in something like that would help his brand? So I don't know, but I don't think that's a thing. I don't think that these guys are in cahoots. I just think, like Low Watermark is saying, that all these guys fighting, I don't know who it's helping. I don't know who this is helping at all, Chris. I really don't.
No. Well, it's almost like how the Republican Party kind of eats themselves during election time. They can't stand together and get behind one person. They fight more amongst themselves, where the left
circles the wagon no matter what.
exactly
No matter
exactly that's why they end up winning, is because of that. And people on the right are so divisive. I mean, literally, the EVS, if we just called it, F&T versus Trashcast, just that dynamic, that's the Republican Party eating itself, but the Democrats don't do that. They team up so they can beat the rest of us into the ground, so.
100% low water mark. 100%.